G'day everybody, 28th of May, Steve here again, and we're going to have a look at what's happening in the crypto markets. BTC Bitcoin sitting at $28,850 right at the moment, and we can see a bit of a resurgence after this dip and breakthrough earlier in the day where we dropped down to around 28,200. We break below the bottom of the logarithmic channel, which we've been sitting in for 15 or 16 days now. And we've bounced back from that point. So we're on the 4-hourly and we can see Bitcoin getting back into the logarithmic channel. We have a look down the right-hand side of the screen here. We can see most of the markets are in green following Bitcoin back up. Anchor up 54%. Anchor up and down like crazy. So if you can time it right, there is some big potential in Anchor protocol at the moment. So up 54% today. So big swings and moves in Anchor protocol. If you can time it right, it's a place where you can make some money at the moment. Okay. So talking about making money in cryptocurrency, let's have a look at the crypto bubbles. And we've got Hex up here, 23%. That's just popped up quickly. GMT up around 16%. Apes up 4%. Curves up 6%. Doge is up 7%. So a lot of the more speculative coins are the ones that are up at the moment. Let's jump over to Twitter and have a bit of a quick look at this video here and see what Michael Saylor's got to say.
Michael Saylor joins us tonight with an update on how he's feeling about Bitcoin markets. Michael, thanks so much for coming on. So you're the voice that people who are interested in this topic listen to, I think, most carefully. How are you feeling about Bitcoin?
Look, Bitcoin's the most certain thing in a very uncertain world. You know, and in a market full of chaos and sound and fury, people need a safe place to stand apart from the intervention of a government, an agency, or a corporation. So Bitcoin represents a fair, open, equitable network with a very simple promise to anyone that wants to join, which is what you own is yours and no one's going to take it away from you.
Do you think that one of the ideas behind Bitcoin was that it wouldn't be directly correlated to the equities market? So if the S&P dropped, Bitcoin wouldn't. Are we going to see that?
Well, you know, in these markets right now, there's no simple place to hide. All the indexes are in bear market territory. Bonds don't represent a safe refuge because they're currency derivatives. No. Stocks have to grow their cash flows faster than the inflation rate. But if you zoom out 2 years since the beginning of the COVID crisis, you notice the U.S. money supply has expanded 36%. Gold is up 7%. The S&P index is up 29%. The Nasdaq's only up 19%. Bitcoin's up 229%. So if you can stomach the volatility and you take the long view, you've got a safe haven there.
So, I mean, I guess the simplest measure of how you feel is what you're doing. What are you doing with Bitcoin right now? Are you buying or selling?
Whenever I have some spare cash, we buy more Bitcoin. Yeah, we're taking a very, very long view toward this. The network's only getting better. Adoption is improving. Very constructive regulation is coming out of DC. And the Lightning Network is moving us closer to Satoshi's promise of letting everybody in the world trade with each other at the speed of light in a fair and equitable fashion.
So you're buying?
Yeah, I'll be buying at the top forever. Right? The maximalists believe Bitcoin's an instrument of economic empowerment. I'm not trying to time in the market.
Right.
I just want to be in it.
I always want to know what people are doing, not what they're saying. So that really tells the story. Michael Saylor, great to see you tonight. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tucker.
Okay, so an interesting short video there from Michael Saylor. He's buying, he's always buying, regardless, he's buying. So that's what we expect to hear from Michael Saylor. And that's what we're getting. And he continues to buy. So good for him. Let's have a look at Anchor. And of course, with Anchor, we've had the massive dump that accompanied Luna. But then we had a resurgence here on the 24th of May. Then we dropped back down and we're getting a resurgence again today on the 28th of May. So Anchor Protocol, definitely one to keep an eye on. And if you feel game, get in and have a go. And you might make a little bit of money while the rest of the market is fairly stagnant. Anchor's very volatile, up and down. So if you can time it right, like I said before, you might make a couple of dollars here. Interesting one to have a look at anyway. If you're not risk adverse and you want to have a crack, then Anchor Protocol, definitely one to look at the moment. Let's see what else is going on. And back to the bubbles. Yep, same as before. We had a look at that. Elon Musk, what's he got to say? Elon Musk says SpaceX will soon accept Dogecoin for merchandise. Okay, we spoke about that in this morning's video. And Elon Musk saying SpaceX will accept Dogecoin for merchandise. Okay, why not? It's a publicity stunt. It's pushing his project. It's pushing SpaceX. It's a very good marketing thing to do. And the downside is minimal. If they sell a SpaceX jacket for $150 and it costs them $10 to make it, then what does it matter if they accept Dogecoin or not? So good to see Elon Musk pumping Doge once again, but the downside is minimal for him. So why not have a go? Bitcoin and ETH supply in profit drop following the ongoing market bears. All right. But if we have a closer look at this, we can see that as per data analytics from CryptoQuant, the number of BTC addresses in profit stands at 55%. Okay, so 55% of Bitcoin wallet addresses are still in profit, with Bitcoin way down from the all-time highs at around 60% down from the all-time highs, sitting at 55% of Bitcoin holders in profit. That's probably not too bad. So if you're a long-term holder, you're still in profit. That's probably the point to take from this. Being a long-term holder, not jumping in and out of the market, but holding Bitcoin for the long term. Even as we are today with the markets down dramatically, if you're a long-term holder, on average, up 55%. So that's good news. Coinbase executives have sold over $1 billion in shares since February. Well, Coinbase is on a downer, losing plenty of money at the moment. And 4 Coinbase executives sold off approximately 1.2 billion of shares in a series of sales beginning this February. Those executives include co-founder Fred Ursham, CEO Brian Armstrong, COO and the CPO. Coinbase stocks fell in value this month, seemingly due to lost profits in a weakening cryptocurrency market. So these guys are running the place and they're selling their shares out at higher margins before the market becomes aware of problems in Coinbase. So got to be massive insider trading. What else do you want to call it? The top executives of the company with the inside information sell their shares before the market and the company dips. Good timing or insider trading? I suppose you have to make up your own mind on that. These people are getting rich while the shareholders are losing money. Yeah, executives sold stocks for $1.2 billion. Wall Street Journal has analysed regulatory recent filings from Coinbase and found that 4 of the company's leading executives have earned $1.2 billion from stock sales since February. So it stinks. Top executives at Coinbase line in their own pockets, taking $1.2 billion, using their inside information as the ones who run the company, using their inside information to get out before the dip. So shareholders losing money, top executives pocketing profits. And the top executives selling off their billions of dollars worth of shares, also contributing to the price dropping. So shareholders getting stuck holding the bags while the top executives pocket billions. Nothing new here. It's what we see all the time, but it must be getting pretty close to insider trading. Anyway, let's go back to the markets, and we see here, well, we're still on anchor, up 60%. So if you're a swing trader, a nice one to play around with at the moment. And we'll get back to Bitcoin on the 4-hourly, and we see on the indicators, the stochastics at 17, the RSI is at 41, and we see the price to volume indicator here crossing the 0 line, sitting at about 4 at the moment. Generally, you can see it getting to around about 20 or 25 before it has to turn around. That's usually the peak for the price to volume indicator. So sitting at 4. So potential here, also with a green dot flashing, potential here for a short-term price movement to the upside for Bitcoin. And on the daily, we can see here quite easily Bitcoin sitting right at the bottom of the logarithmic channel at the moment. So everything's starting to turn green. It looks like Bitcoin might be making a move to the upside. Let's see how far it can go. Let's see if it can at least get back to the downward descending triangle line here at around 29,500. And if it can break through that, where it will go from there, we'll wait and see. So a little bit longer video than usual here. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. My name's Steve, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.